to introduce myself. Bhogesh Deshpande, working as a HM in Janta Seva English Medium High School, Julai Nagar, Gangavati. Because of COVID-19 lockdown, we are going to conduct revision classes for 10th standard students. So for that, today I am going to discuss about the lesson, the pair of linear equations in two variables. This is a very important chapter for annual examination. From this chapter, totally 7 marks is there. 1 plus 2 plus 4. So one question from 1 marks, one question from 2 marks, and one question from 4 marks. That is graph. So already you have learned in the previous classes about linear equations. What is linear equations? For example, you can write 2x plus 1 is equal to 5. In this equation, the variable, it is x, only one variable is there. So for that, you can call it as a linear equation. The x variable, it is having the degree or power, always nothing means here 1. According to degree, we can call it as the equations here. Linear equation, quadratic equation, cubic equation, and biquadratic equation. So among these, first one is linear equation. So in this equation, the variable x, its having the power is 1. So for that, we can call it as a linear equation. But our chapter is there linear equations in two variables. That is pair of linear equation, two variables. We can have the two variables in this linear equation. 2x plus y is equal to 5. Here you see here, the one variable is x is there, the other variable is y. Two different variables are there. One is x, another one is y. So we can call it as this is a linear equation in two variables. But the pair means we want two linear equations in two variables. So for that, we have to take at the same time two linear pair of equations with the two different variables. Like this, 2x plus y is equal to 5. And another example is there, x plus y is equal to 4. In both the equations, the two variables are same, x and y, x and y. Two variables are there. So for that, we can call that these two are pair of linear equation in two variables. So by the first, you have to understand what is the definition of pair of linear equation. You know, an equation which can be put in the form of ax plus by is equal to by plus c is equal to 0. Here in this equation, two variables are there, x and y. Here a, b, c are the real numbers, and also, but a and b are not both 0. Why it is? Because if a is equal to 0, the first term totally it becomes 0. Then again it becomes a linear equation in one variable. Even if it is b is equal to 0, the second term it becomes completely 0. So for that, again it becomes again linear equation. So both a and b are not both 0. Then it is called a linear equation in two variables, that is x and y. The general form of a linear equation in two variables is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. If two linear equations are in the same two variables, that is x and y, here we have to consider the example is xy. Like equations like these are called a pair of linear equations in two variables. So general form of a pair of linear equations in two variables are x and y is a1 xy. We are indicated a1 b1 c1. This is the first equation. a1 b1 c1. And the second equation a2 b2 c2. So a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. And a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. The students, by solving the pair of linear equations, there are 4 methods are there. In that first one, elimination method or cancellation method. The second one, substitution method. The third one, cross multiplication method. And the fourth one, it is 4 marks question, that is graphical method. Among these, if in the annual examination, if they ask the 2 marks questions for examination, only we can use these first 3 methods. For graph, 4 marks question, we have to use the graphical method. While solving the problems, pair of linear equation in graphical method, there are 3 conditions are there. See here, conditions of the graphical method. What are those 3 conditions is there? The same equations, pair of the general form is there, no? a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. Here, a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2, there are coefficients of x and y, and c1, c2 are the constant values. So you have to take the coefficients ratios. See here, comparing the ratios. First equation and the second equation. Pair of a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. For example, you see here, coefficient of x is here 2. Coefficient of x is here, always nothing is 1. 2 by 1. Again, see here, coefficient of y is 1. Coefficient of y is 1. So, here 2 by 1, it becomes 1 by 1. These 2 conditions are not equal. a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2. In this condition, once if you draw this type of equations, we get the graph is the 2 lines are intersecting each other. Once if the 2 lines are intersecting each other, we get only one solution, that is unique solution or one solution. Then we can, about consistency, if the 2 lines are intersecting, we can call it as consistent. How it is the graph? Like this here, x-axis, y-axis. After drawing the graph, you get the 2 lines are intersecting at exactly one point. This is the point of solution or the pair of linear equation solution of it. The second condition is that a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2. If all are equal, the ratios of the coefficients of the variables, at that time the 2 lines are coincident or overlapping. It means what? We get the infinite solution. Infinite means many solutions. Many solutions. So both the lines are coincident means each lines are having the same coordinate means many solutions. So for that dependent means both the lines are depending on the same coordinate points. So the graph will get like this here. X-axis, y-axis, the 2 lines are coincident means in this line 2 lines are there. Both the lines are overlapping. The third point is that condition a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is not equal to c1 by c2, then the 2 lines are parallel. 2 lines are parallel. So once you get the parallel lines, then there is no solution. So that we can call that as inconsistent. So the graph is like this: x-axis and y-axis, the 2 lines are, see this one, it's both the lines are parallel. So my dear student, today I am going to one problem for all the 4 methods and solve I will solve one question from the different methods. First one is elimination method, the second one is substitution method, the third one is cross multiplication method. Even the graph also you will take the same question for 2x plus y is equal to 5 and x plus y is equal to 4. Among these 3 methods, very easiest method is that it is elimination method. So first one, elimination. 2 equations are already given here. 2x plus y is equal to 5, x plus y is equal to 4. You can take this one as first equation and the second equation. Take it here. 2x plus y is equal to 5 and the second equation x plus y is equal to 4. First you have to see in both the equation the coefficients of the variables must be same. So you are going to find the x and y values here. So first you have to equate any one variable coefficient must be equal. See here, in this equation already the coefficient of y is 1 in the first equation. Again in second equation, coefficient of y is again 1 is there. There is no need to rearrange the equations by multiplying the coefficients. Already there. One variable is 1y and 1y. So directly you have to subtract the two equations. While subtracting, you have to change the sign of the second equation. Plus is there, the minus. Nothing is always here plus. Here plus is there, minus. Here plus is there, minus. So plus 2x minus x. Just like plus 2 minus 1 is equal to how much? 1. Here x is there with along with. You can write here 1x plus 1y minus 1y. Just like plus 1 minus 1. It becomes 0. So here you can cancel here. Eliminating the y term from these two equations. 5 minus 4. After changing the sign, you have to consider this side. 5 minus 4 is equal to how much? 1. So for that, the x is equal to the value is 1. We are going to find the value of x and y. In each case, after getting x is equal to 1, you have to substitute the value x is equal to 1 in any one equation. You get the y value. So substitute x is equal to 1 in equation number 2. Better you have to take a simple equation. While substitution the values, the second equation is that x plus y is equal to 4. Substitute here. X is equal to how much is that? 1. 1 plus y is equal to 4. Y is equal to 4 as it is. You have to take plus 1, you have to transport to right side. Plus 1 it becomes minus 1. So y is equal to 4 minus 1, it is 3. It's a simple method is that by solving x and y in pair of linear equation in two variables, almost all maximum students are solving the for x and y in this method. Better you can use among the three elimination method while solving the problem in the annual examination. We will show the remaining two methods also. The second method is the substitution method. The same problem, the answer is here. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 3. Here also x is equal to 1, y equal to 3. Here also x is equal to 1, y equal to 3. Even in graph, also the same x is equal to 1, y is equal to 3 will come. The second method is the substitution method. Take this. Any one equation, better to take simple equation and change this one. Equation number 1, equation number 2. First you have to make it a single variable equation. This one. X plus y is equal to 4. X is equal to 4 minus y. Then it becomes equation number 3. Here only x as it is there, plus y, the transport to right side, plus y it becomes minus y. After getting third equation, you have to substitute this third equation in equation number 1. Why it is because we have changed this equation number 2 here. Substitute equation x is equal to 4 minus y in equation number 1. Where the x variable is there, in that place only you have to substitute 4 minus y. 2 into x is equal to what is there? 4 minus y. Substitute here. 4 minus y is equal to, plus y is equal to 5. Multiply here. 2 into 4. 2 4s are 8 minus 2 into y. 2y plus y is equal to 5. See here, 8 is a numerical value here. Minus 2y plus y. Plus y is always here, coefficient 1 is there. So minus 2 plus 1. Minus 2 plus 1 becomes minus 1. So 8 minus 1y. Simply you can write y itself. Minus y is equal to 5. Minus 1y is equal to 5 plus 8. Once you take right side, it becomes minus 8 minus y is equal to 5 minus 8. Big number sign here, minus 8 is there. Minus 8 plus 5, it becomes minus 3. So both the side minus and minus, once if we cancel, we get y is equal to 3. After getting y is equal to 3, we want x value also. So again you have to substitute this y equal to 3 in equation number 3, we get x value. Substitute y is equal to 3 in equation number 3. Once you substitute this y value in equation number 3, we get x value. X is equal to 4 minus 5. What is the value of y here? 3. 4 minus 3. So x is equal to 4 minus 3 how much? 1. See here, in both the method, the same answer is x is equal to 1 or also x is equal to 1. Y is equal to 3, and also y is equal to 3. Again, the third method is there, cross multiplication. It is also simple method is there. Directly you can use the formula and simplify the equation. Before that, you have to write the coefficients of x and y according by the standard form or general form of a pair of linear equations. The two equations are there here. Equation number 1, equation number 2. The general form of pair of linear equation is that a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. See here, a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. It's the second equation. a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So first you have to write the coefficients of x and y variables. X, coefficient of x is here a1. Coefficient of x is here 2. Again, b1 is equal to 1. Always nothing means 1. Nothing means here 1. So better you have to write in general form of method, like that you have to change the sign. Equation x plus 2x plus y minus y is equal to 0 and x plus y minus 4 is equal to 0. b1 is equal to, here b1 is equal to always nothing means 1 and c1 is equal to minus 5. Again, from the second equation, you can write the x and y variable. X, coefficient of x is here, a2 is equal to, how much is there? Nothing means 1. b2, how much is there? Again 1. c2 equal to minus 4. So in this cross multiplication method, directly you can use the formula for finding x and y. For finding x, the formula is there. For remember purpose, you can write this formula as x is equal to bc minus bc by ab minus a. Simply you can bc minus bc by ab minus ab. After that, you write here 1 2 2 1 1 2 2 1. Then you have to substitute the values here. b1 is equal to 1 into c2 equal to minus 4 minus b2 1 and c1 minus 5 whole by a1 2 and b2 1 minus a2 1. After b1, see here, b1 1. Then you have to simplify plus into minus, minus 1 4 is 4, minus into minus plus 1 5 is 5 by 2 1 is 2 plus minus into plus minus 1 1 is 1 minus 4 plus 5 1 5 minus 4 just like 1 by 2 minus 1 again 1. So 1 by 1 is equal to 1. It is only x value. Still you have to find y. Again the same formula is there, just y is equal to Here what we wrote? BC minus BC. After BC, you can write CA. CA minus CA by AB minus AB. Again right here 1 2 2 1. C 1 2 2 1 1 2 2 1. Again substitute the values here. Y is equal to C1 minus 5 into A2 1 minus C2 minus 4 into A1 2 whole by A1 B2 already are substituted here in the first formula. The same thing you can write here, 2 into 1 minus 1 into 1 minus into plus minus 5 under 5 minus into minus plus 4 2s are 8 by 2 1 ja 2 minus 1 1 ja 1. So minus 5 plus 8 plus 3, big number sign plus 3 by 2 minus 1 is again 1. So 3 by 1 is nothing but 3. Y is equal to 3. See, in all the three methods, the answer is same here. X is equal to 1, y equal to 3. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 3. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 3. So, in the examination, you can solve the problem in any one method. They will give 2 marks for you. Among this elimination method is very easiest method is there. So, after that, the still one method is that is a graphical method. The fourth method is that is the graphical method. Fourth one. This is very important for annual examination. Every year, 4 marks question they will ask for the annual examination. It is very easy and important problem. So the same equation, the pair of linear equation I have already taken that one. 2x plus y is equal to 5, x plus y is equal to 4. Before going to draw the graph, first you have to find the coordinates points. While finding the coordinates points, before that, in earlier classes, we are taking that at 0, plus 1, minus 1, plus 2, minus 2. Even you can take like that also to get the coordinates points. But in the easy method is that still only you can take only 0 also, x and y values to get the graph. While drawing the graph, only 2 points is enough. So for that, you can take for x also 0 and y also 0. See here, for first equation, 2x plus y is equal to 5. Put x is equal to 0. Put x is equal to 0 means where the x is there, you have to put it. 2 into x is equal to what? 0 plus y is equal to 5. 2 into 0 means what? 0 plus y is equal to 5. So 0 plus 5 is again 0 plus 1. What we are writing? 1. A variable is there. Variable of y is equal to 5. Again substitute y is equal to 0. Put y is equal to 0 in the same equation. 2x plus 0 is equal to 5. 2x plus 0 again, but here 1 plus 0 is equal to like 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. Again 2x is equal to 5. X is equal to 5 by 2. Here 2 comes to the denominator. 5 by 2. We have to divide this. X is equal to 2 1s are 2 2s are 4. Again, you get 1 here remaining. 2 2s are 4, 1 left. Take decimal point. Get that becomes 10. So 2 5s are 10. 2.5. So that's value. We have 2.5. So make it a table for the first equation like this. X, y, x0, x0, the y value, how much? 5. Again the second time, y0, the x value is how much? 2.5. This is the table for the first equation. Still one more is the equation x plus y is equal to 4. Take again. X plus y is equal to 4. Again here also you can take the same values. X is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. You get the values here. Put x is equal to 0. In this equation, x 0 plus y is equal to 0. 0 plus y is equal to y. Y is equal to 4. Again, second time. Y is equal to 0. In this place, x plus 0 is equal to 4. X plus 0 is equal to x. X is equal to 4. So, for this second equation, make the table here. Like this. X, y. X, 0. The y coordinate is 4. And the second time, y 0, the x coordinate is 4. After getting this table, you have to see the values. All are positive is there. If all values are positive, the graph will come in the first quadrant. And the second point is there, see the values. Whether the values are more than 10 or more than 20, at that time you have to change the scale. Otherwise, there is no need to change the scale. As it is, you have to 1 centimeter is equal to 1 you can write, because all the values are less than 10 or under 10. So, you have to write the scale. X-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 1 mm. Then the same y-axis is equal to 1 centimeter is equal to 1 mm. Once it's wrong, write it. Scale, write it here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 centimeter is equal to 1 we have taken it. Again here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one, this one. No need to write down. Just for the sake of x-axis, write that. X-axis, y-axis. This is x dash, y dash. For this, come up to this, they will give half marks. One just x-axis, y-axis, and scale once if you wrote. In the another examination, they will give half marks for it. The remaining, what is that? They have to locate the points in the graph. So x0, y is equal to 5. x0 means you have to see the x-axis along with the x-axis. Where is that 0? Here. Y coordinate always is 5. See that where is 5? x0, comma 5. Again the second point. x 2.5. 2.5 is 2 and 3. In between 2 and 3, exactly the middle line. In between 2 and 3, in your graph, 10 lines are there. In that the middle line is there, no? That is the 2.5, fifth line. So here 2.5 means in between 2 and 3 you have to represent this. 2.5, the y is equal to 0 means it is exactly it's a 0 line already. So you have to represent this 2 in between 2 and 3, the middle line. What is the value there? 2.3, 2.5, comma 0. After plotting these 2 points, you have to complete this. The first equation graph. Using scale, you have to join these lines. Neatly, you have to join these 2 points. This is the first equation. Given here, 2x plus y is equal to 5. This is the graph of the first equation. 2x plus y is equal to 5. This second equation there. Again say x0, y 4. x0 means x-axis 0. Y coordinate 4 means here 4. So 0, comma 4, you have write the coordinates points 0, comma 4. The second point x4, y 0. x4 means you have to see along with the x-axis. x4, here is the 4. x4, y coordinate is 0 means this is 0 line. So 4, comma 0. Again, now we have drawn that line. Same. Using scale, we will draw the line. Like this here. Neatly you have to draw this line. Exactly. This is the line for the equation x plus y is equal to 4. Where the two lines are intersecting in this point, this is the solution of the two given pair of linear equations. That is 2x plus y is equal to 5, x plus y is equal to 4. So for that we are going to find the values by graphical method. No? So here you have to represent this point by taking that imaginary lines like this. See here. First, this coordinate point, by writing coordinate point, first always you have to write x coordinate. X how much is there? 1. Then you have to write y coordinate. Y along with y axis 3. 1, comma 3. This is the solution for the two given pair of linear equation. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 3. Now all the four methods, the answer is same. So we can solve the problems like this. Take one problem by practicing the problems. Take one problem and solve in all the methods. Then it is easy to remember the problems and solve it in the annual examination. So be practice more and more times. Then all the problems becomes easy. Thank you.
Myself, Bhimrao Kulkarni from Bethel English Medium High School, Gangavati, District Koppal. As part of it today, I have taken the lesson Our Environment. What are the important concepts you need to study from this topic? The topic Our Environment, it begins with ecosystem, meaning and its component. Before going to study about the meaning and components of ecosystem, let us understand what is environment. The surrounding in which we live is called environment. The term environment includes all living and non-living things. Now, let us understand the meaning of ecosystem. All the interacting organisms at any area together with the non-living constituents of the environment forms the ecosystem. The components of the ecosystem are biotic and probiotic components. Biotic components contain organisms and any area together with the non-living constituents of the environment forms the ecosystem. The two important components of the ecosystem are biotic components and probiotic components. Probiotic components means non-living factors of the environment like the light, temperature, water, soil, etc. And biotic components means the living components of the environment. The living components of the environment includes plants, animals, and microorganisms. Next, the types of ecosystem. There are two important types of ecosystem. They are terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. Terrestrial ecosystem. Example, forest, grassland, desert, garden, and agricultural field. All these are the examples for terrestrial ecosystem. Aquatic ecosystem includes pond, lake, rivers, ocean, sea, aquarium. These are the examples for the terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. Again, in these examples, here cover both artificial and natural ecosystem. The artificial and natural ecosystem like the garden and agricultural field. Garden and agricultural field are artificial ecosystem. The natural terrestrial ecosystem includes forest, grassland, desert, etc. The aquatic ecosystem, again, I said the pond, lake, rivers, ocean, these are the natural aquatic ecosystem. The artificial aquatic ecosystem is aquarium. So then, here I like to say garden is an ecosystem. Garden is an ecosystem. How to strengthen this statement? Garden is an ecosystem. Here, when you pay visit to garden, we find different kinds of plants such as tree, grass, and other animals that includes insects, birds, frog, and some flower-bearing plants like the jasmine, rose, water lily, etc. And their growth, reproduction, and other activities are affected by the non-living world. Hence we say garden is an ecosystem. Garden is an ecosystem and it is an artificial ecosystem. In every ecosystem, the two important components interact like biotic and abiotic components. Hence we say garden is an ecosystem. So next part of our environment is about the concepts like producers, consumers, and decomposers. What are producers? Producers are the organisms which can prepare their food own by a process called photosynthesis. Here what happens, the producers which makes the complex organic compounds such as glucose or starch and sugar by using the inorganic materials in presence of sunlight in chlorophyll cells. Then we say these are the producers. Examples for producers are plants, grass, that includes grass, algae, diatoms. Next, consumers. What are consumers? Consumers are the organisms which feed on producers directly or indirectly are called consumers. Consumers are of three types like herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous. bacteria and fungi which feed on the dead remains of plants and animals, or the waste of dead plants and animals. They are called as decomposers. Decomposers usually breaking down the complex compounds into simpler form called decomposers. Examples for the decomposers like bacteria and fungi. So after understanding about the producers, consumers and decomposers, next shall move to food chain and food web. How we are going to define the food chain? Food chain is defined as the series of organisms feeding one another. Series of organisms feeding one another. Or food chain. There are many examples for the food chain. Here I give 3 examples for the food chain. Number 1 is grass, grasshopper, frog, and snake. This kind of food chain exists in the grassland. So then it is called the grassland food chain. This is the first type of food chain. The second type of food chain that exists in the forest, like tree, deer, and tiger. And the third type of food chain, this is the food chain that exists in the forest. And the third type of food chain that exists in the water or aquatic medium, that is phytoplankton, zooplankton, small fish, and big fish. So this is a food chain that exists in the aquatic medium. These are the 3 food chains you can understand by knowing its meaning. So after the food chain, this food chain is connected with one more term, that is the trophic levels. What is meant by trophic levels? Trophic level means each step of a food chain called a trophic level. Or each step in the food chain where the transfer of energy takes place is called a trophic level. And this trophic level can be denoted as a T1. Next, I will tell you about the diagrammatic representation of trophic levels. The diagrammatic representation of trophic levels that starts from producers. And next, primary consumers. Next, secondary consumers. And next, tertiary consumers. Producers are standing in the first trophic level, that is T1. And the primary consumers standing at the second place, that is called as a T2. And the secondary consumers stand as a third trophic level, known as T3. And the tertiary consumer stands in the fourth place, that is T4. So like this, you can define the trophic level and represent the diagram of trophic levels. T1, T2, T3 and T4. Yes, after understanding about the trophic levels, next we shall move to the food web. What do you mean by food web? Many interconnecting food chains that establishes a network of species relationship. Food chain is a straight link of nutritional relationship. But food web, it connects many food chains and establishes a network of species relationship. So that you can write the definition of food web like this: many interconnected food chains that establishes a network of species relationship called food web. How the network of species relationship exists in the food web, I will show you in a simple schematic diagram. Grass is a producer and which fed by grasshopper, and grasshopper fed by frog, and it is fed by snake and hawk. The same grass fed by the mouse and a rabbit. The mouse will fed by the snake. Snake will eat the mouse, and this rabbit can be directly eaten by the hawk, and mouse also directly eaten by the hawk. So that shows the network of species relationship between the organisms. Hence it is known as a food web. Food chain is a straight nutritional relationship, but the food web, it is a complex feeding relationship. Hence we define the food web like this: many interconnected food chains that establishes a network of species relationship is called food web. And here there is a one concept that is concerned with the food chain is about biomagnification. In 9th standard, you have studied about the uses of insecticides, pesticides and fertilizers in the field of agriculture. The residues of these chemical fertilizers, insecticides and pesticides washed into the soil, and they get absorbed by the plants, and the concentration of these toxic chemicals increases when move from one trophic level to another trophic level. So this is nothing but biomagnification. In other words, you can write the meaning of biomagnification like this: increase in the concentration of toxic or harmful chemicals from one trophic level to another trophic level. In food chain called biomagnification. With the example, I will explain about the cumulative concentration of toxic chemicals increases at each trophic level in a food chain by taking a simple example, that is the RA. Suppose the concentration of chemical like 0.04 ppm part per million found in the zooplanktons. When this chemical enters the small fish, it increases to 0.5 ppm. And when it moves to big fish, its concentration increases to 2 ppm. And these big fishes, if eaten by the man, the concentration of the chemical increases from 2 ppm to 22 ppm. This shows that there is a cumulative concentration of chemicals increases from one tropic level to another tropic level. Then it's known as biomagnification. So after the biomagnification, let us study about the flow of energy in an ecosystem. How the energy get flow in an ecosystem? The flow of energy from one tropic level to another tropic level is only 10%. It means here you have the producers and you have the primary consumers. Secondary, and tertiary consumers. Example for producers like plants or grass. If you consider plant or grass as a producers, in the grassland if you connect, the next is grasshopper, next is frog, next is a snake, and the last come hog. How the energy get transferred? How much energy get transferred from one tropic level to another tropic level? Suppose here the plants capture some 40,000 joules of energy. When it moves to grasshopper, it becomes 4,000 kilojoules of energy or joules of energy. And when this 4,000 joules of energy enters the frog, it becomes 400 joules. So like this, when it moves to the snakes, it becomes 40 joules. So there is a loss of energy when it moves from producers to consumer level. So this is nothing but the 10% law. The movement of energy from producers to consumer is only 10% and remaining 90% of energy is lost in the form of heat. So after the 10% flow of energy in an ecosystem. Next is about the ozone layer. What do you mean by ozone first? Ozone is a O3 molecule. It is a O3 molecule. Formed by O2 plus O. And this ozone, it's a poisonous gas. And present the upper layer of the atmosphere. How does the O3 is formed in the question here? When ultraviolet rays breaks the molecular oxygen into free oxygen. Here you have the equation, that is the oxygen, molecular oxygen, due to ultraviolet radiations or the ray, it breaks into free oxygen. And this free oxygen, when it combined with molecular oxygen and forming the ozone. And this ozone play vital role in protecting the earth from entering the ultraviolet rays. If the ozone gets depleted, the ultraviolet rays reaching the earth and leads to cause skin cancer, vision loss and respiratory disorders, etc. And what is the main cause for the depletion of ozone here? The main cause for the depletion of ozone is CFCs. CFCs. It's known as chlorofluorocarbons. And this CFCs is extensively used in refrigerators, fire extinguishers, aerosols, sprays, etc. So this is the main element that depletes the ozone. After the ozone layer, next in our environment, very important concept is about biodegradable and non-biodegradable substances. Biodegradable substances are the substances which broken down into simpler and harmless form by the microorganisms like bacteria and fungus. They are fungi known as biodegradable substances. There are many examples you can view for the biodegradable substances like the food residue, vegetables, fruit skin or whole fruit, and excreta of animals. All these are the examples for the biodegradable substance. The substance which can be broken into simpler and harmless form by the action of microbes like bacteria and fungus known as biodegradable substance. These biodegradable substances are eco-friendly. And non-biodegradable substances. Non-biodegradable substances are those which cannot be broken down into simpler and harmless form, are known as non-biodegradable substances. Non-biodegradable substances responsible to cause pollution in the soil. The examples for the non-biodegradable substances like the glass pieces, plastic, and the residues of insecticides and pesticides. You said DDT. All these are the examples for non-biodegradable substances and they are not eco-friendly. There is a question asked in the 2019 regarding this biodegradable and non-biodegradable substances. The question is like this: the student collected the pieces of cucumber, the peel of banana, plastic pen and glass pieces put into the soil for a month, and the question asked, what is the result? The answer is very simple. The cucumber, the peel of skin, they are the biodegradable substances, and they get decomposed and they turn as a eco-friendly. Whereas the glass pieces and plastic pen, these are non-biodegradable substances. They are not decomposed and causing the pollution. Which type of pollution? Soil pollution. So like this, the question we asked in the exam, like segregate the biodegradable and non-biodegradable substances. So all these are the important points that you have to remember in the topic our environment. Thank you for listening and watching.